Is this $10 million rock at LACMA just being used for money laundering? What about this performance art piece? Do you think this is money laundering? If you see either of these kinds of artworks and you think that it's money laundering, then you don't understand how money laundering in the art world works, or why the art market is prime for money laundering and tax evasion. So money laundering is the process of taking money that was illegally gained and making it look like it was lawfully gained through a transaction that looks legitimate. You could do that through anything. You could do it through a classic car. You could do it through real estate. So what's happening here is a confusion of a couple things. Within contemporary art, there have been movements against the valuation of art, against the idea of art being just these super valuable objects for rich people. And artists have experimented with other ways of creating art that are not that, including things like performances, where you don't end up with an object at the end, where there is no super valuable, precious object. Now, the public still understands that art has lots of money moving through the market, and so there is an assumption that all art has these like huge sums of money moving through it, but that is not the case with all art. And also, artists are not generally the ones receiving that money. It is not dispersed throughout the market evenly. So where the people who are really invested in the art making and really invested in the art viewing and the process, who are really like engaged with the ideas of art, are really interested, that might not be the art where the money is. So there's an anger directed at these artworks, like, I don't understand why all this money is going to this artwork, but it's not. Now, in the case of the $10 million rock, the money went into putting this rock there. It went into the creation of the artwork. We know where the money went. So then that brings us to, why is art attractive for money laundering? So one, it's because it's an expensive item, but you can inflate that price even more. Two, it's because it's portable, so the rock would be exactly the opposite of that. And three, it's because there are legitimate cross-border transfers all the time. So if you're looking for what art is susceptible to money laundering, it's not public art, and it's absolutely not performance art ever. Actually, Renaissance art is particularly at risk because it has these long histories where the provenance is unclear and murky, and the old masters already had like assistants that did a lot of copies. So there are a lot of extra copies already floating around. The abstract expressionists are prone to money laundering, and a lot of artifacts moved around by groups like ISIS. So the antiquities trade.